Good morning everyone. Bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu dan teman-teman semuanya. I'm very excited to come here today and to meet all of you. This appreciation to the Cinema Sport Academy and the TEDx for the invitation for me to speak for some topic on the inner self empowerment, right? So I'm a banker, yeah. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Sonny Samuel. I'm a director of UOB Bank in Jakarta. Yeah. So I've been working in the banking for more than 25 years. So you could be imagining that it's rooted in my day-to-day. So I'm a father, and also actually I'm a grandfather with one granddaughter. So happy family. So I'm actually would like to share with you where I come from, right? I don't have slide, to be honest. I don't have a flashy, colorful slide, but I'm the slide itself, yeah? So I hope I'm not going to bore you with myself. So I work in a bank, but before I work in a bank for starting early 90s, can you imagine 1990s? I was actually this is actually the place that I don't like to be, yeah? I was actually very introvert. I'm the only son in the family with my single mother. Yeah, so you could imagine how actually we live back then. My mom worked, but then is only working in the drugstore, right? So she grew myself from basically small salary that she has. So I had actually go through that, and in my place, which we call it the kampung, yeah. So let me speak Bahasa and also English, yeah. So in the kampung that I live, also in Jakarta. So I'm very cungkring, very small, tiny kind of guy, yeah, kind of boy, yeah. I'm always tend to be abused by the bigger guy. Saya penakut, right? And the other thing yang paling obvious for me adalah saya pemalu, sampai malu-maluin, right? Yeah, so that's me. That's how I grew up until at the center of my life, when I work after my high school, you know, I told myself I couldn't be introvert all the time. I couldn't be shy all the time. I couldn't be worried, right? I have to be someone. I have to be up there. And that actually come from myself. No mentor can help me, right? No guru can help me. Yeah, they of course give me theory and all that. But at the end of the day, what you need is actually action, right? So, in my early days in office, when I worked in a bank, back then, early 90s, you know what I told myself? I have to make myself heard. I have to make myself attended. So, every small meeting, I always make statement. Either I make a statement, atau juga I'm asking question. Sometimes a foolish and stupid question. But for me, it's okay. It's only learning curve for me to be able to tell who I am, and then also push myself to be more extrovert, to be more receptive to people, and not to actually sit at the corner. Sometimes you think a sit at the corner is fine as long as I'm there. But to be honest, it's not enough, right? It's not enough at all. You have to push yourself. Inside yourself, you have to push it. That's actually when people start to realize that the existence of me in the meeting. I'm not just a new kid on the block sitting at the corner. I like to sit somewhere in the middle. Okay, if the middle is my boss, I'm next to him. Something like that. Yeah? So that's actually, I have to push. I really have to push myself. You know why I push it? I only have one mantra in my life. Everyone eat nasi. Semua makan nasi. Sama aja, you and me are makan nasi, right? Cuma bedanya ada nasi putih, nasi goreng spesial, dan juga nasi uduk dan segala macam. Sekarang ada nasi merah sama nasi hitam ya, for the healthy reason, right? But at the end of the day, everyone is eating the same food. So, meaning that at any level, people is the same. I am the same with Bapak, I'm the same with Ibu, I'm the same with you, right? So, that's actually what I put it when I started, and I basically experienced some life-changing. Suddenly, I like to talk in the eyes of people. I like to talk in any occasion. Until one day in my life, this is really thrilling. I forgot maybe about 20 years ago. I spoke before 1,000 people here. without text for 15 minutes, but I end up 45 minutes. When we talk without text, sometimes you get overwhelmed. But what I'm trying to say, you could change your life by pushing yourself within you. That's why I titled my speech is basically, there is more of you from within, without even you realizing it. But you have to provoke it, you have to centil supaya basically it's being outside, supaya kelihatan keluar. And it's nobody business, it's your business. You have to do it. And I'm actually a living proof. You know, I told you a bit background of where I was with my family until here I am. I'm a director of a prominent Singaporean bank in Indonesia. I think as a testimony of the success. I'm not trying to brag about, but I'm just telling this to you, my life journey that I hope inspiring to everyone, right? Okay. There are things I would like to also share in this occasion, what I do, what I did, and what I've been actually going through, right? In my banking life, as a banker, it's up and down. I make a stupid decision. I make a wrong decision in my career. I also even make worse in my financial situation in my lifetime. So, it happened to me once or twice in my lifetime. I regretted what I had made step, what I had decided. And that really drive me crazy. It actually get me stressed out because of that. So, I had that situation that maybe every one of you also facing, situation that everybody is depressed or stressed because of a mistake that you have made, a wrong decision that you have created. But at the end of the day, the more important is actually how you bounce back from that, right? Everyone could make mistake, and that's actually part of our life, yeah? But for you to bounce back from that and not to repeat the same mistake is actually the most important thing that everyone should do. So I would like to also share few of the tips that I have in myself, that I also keep talking to my family, also to my son who is here, my youngest son, Gabriel. So first of all, the trait that I'd like to have, that I've been doing, either I have it already in my gene, or I push it myself, right? Sometimes it's a character. You have it in yourself. Sometimes you have to create it so that it actually emerges from within you. First of all, love people. Without that, you can't basically relate to people. You have to love people, all level of people, anyone. You have to say respect to the principal. You have to show respect also to the office boy. No difference. Same respect. Of course, the way you approach is different because you have to also be agile. You have to be flexible. But the way you treat the people must be the same. And I have to say proudly that I learned this from my late mom, who passed away 2 years ago. She's a living proof for me that the most trait that I get from her is actually loving people. So that's actually the first and foremost for you to be able to influence, to be influenced and to be a better person all the time, right? Do you agree with me? Yeah. And then I do sport. I love sport. Why I love sport? I play, dulu di kampung, I play soccer. I'm not a bad soccer player. I play basketball, I play volleyball, I play badminton. I play anything that all the kampung boys actually did. And I love it, not because I just like to do it. I love to do it. And actually, I earn basically sportsmanship from that. I learned life lesson from those team players, right? You know, because if I am a defender, I don't have to look for making score, right? If I'm a striker, I don't have to really going much to defend because there's somebody else doing it. So playing role in that in the sport, it really teaches a lot about the sportsmanship, and it's very important in our day to day. Yeah. The other thing that I would like to share also, you have to keep smiling. No matter what your problem is, you have to keep smiling. No matter how your teeth looks like, you have to keep smiling. Right? Because why? It brings a positive vibe to surrounding you. And that's very, very important. You have to be able to reflect yourself to people surrounding you that you are a nice person, you are an open person, that you like to be around with the people. Yeah? You have to show it. You know, like, we call it like, you have aura, right? Bukan aura kasih ya, aura, right? So you have to show the aura to the people, you have to be there, and you have to really know that your presence is felt by people. When you go into the room, consisting of 5-6 people, you should actually make them feeling the positiveness coming from ourselves. I think that's important that we have to do it. So for me, I keep smiling, not being too nice, but properly nice. I think it was be very, very important. Okay, the other thing I would like to say, also push talk in public, right? I told you already about the story that I actually pushed myself to speak before 1,000 people without script. I just keep talking like that for a special topic, and I think I did it fine. So that actually to show that you have to be able to publicly speak. That's very, very important for everyone. Yeah, either it doesn't really matter about your career choice, but you have to be able to speak openly to people, like a public speaking. I think it's very good for SWA to organize this also for the children to learn about it, yeah? The other thing I would like to also say is always get yourself be a change agent. This is very important. Wherever you come to the new place, you have to be known as a change agent, meaning that you don't live monotonous, right? You have to keep changing. You have to be the change agent. Because why? The routine job is good, but the routine job needs refreshment. The routine job needs ideas. And please, it should come also from every one of us, right? You have to be the change agent. When you go to the new place, people should feel that you are a really change agent. Don't just go with the flow. It's good go with the flow, of course, yeah? But then you also have to know that you are the agent of change, right? So that's what I also put in myself. I don't have it in my trait as a character. I don't have it, but I really push myself about it, yeah? And then, of course, we call it take and give, right? Listen to people. You have to be a good listener. If you want people to listen to you, you have to start listen to them, right? That's very fair. If you want people to cooperate with you, you have to cooperate with people too, right? So it's not take and give. It's more like, for me, it's a give and take. When you give, you're going to take. Agree, right? Yeah? Okay. The other thing that I like to do in my career, and this actually, to be honest, I have to say, impress some people. I always put note on what I promise to other people. I'm easy to forget things, but I know that. So what I do is basically I always put note what I already said or promised to any other people, or actually the obligation I need to do. Let's say I have a due date, I have to finish this project in 3 months' time. So I put it every month from now, that's what I have to finish. And that sometimes impress people. For instance, like discussion for 1 year ago, I talked to, in my office, colleague, another director, and I brought it up without him bringing it up, and he was actually impressed. Oh, we talked about it 1 year ago. You still remember that? Yeah, because I put in my calendar, not because I'm having such a huge memory box here, but because I put down. And I think that's a very good habit that people will be impressed that you say, you do what you said. Yeah? I hope you agree with me with this one. And then, of course, get always updated. I'm working in a bank. I work in the treasury business, which actually looking into the economic data, talking about foreign exchange, talking about investment product, hedging product. Maybe some other time I can talk about it, also to you about it. I'm getting myself to be updated all the time. You couldn't imagine you meet different type of people in your lifetime. You could suddenly bump into meeting government official. You could suddenly meeting a fisherman even. So if you got updated into many aspects in the life, then people will relate to you that you are basically a person that is getting is updated about what's going on in the world. Not only talking about the subject in the school, yeah. So sometimes my son is asking me, why I have to study this and that? It's not important for my future. I said it will be handy in the future. Those subjects that students have already a school system that it will be handy for anybody's future that you never know, right? So those information you have to grab. The students are still young. I'm very sure the memory box is still a lot of space to fill. Get that, yeah? Because it will be handy information for you guys in the future, yeah? The other thing that I like to say is communication is very important in life. You better over-communicate rather than you basically under-communicate to avoid confusion. If you need to reiterate, say it again and again, might as well just do it, yeah? So we have to be able to be understood by people clearly, and I think over-communicating is better than under-communicating. All right, so I would like to say this, yeah? Be open-minded, guys. Do more, do higher, do try always new thing in life. That makes our life more exciting, yeah? We could do mistake, but it's an unintended mistake, and it is just okay, yeah? Okay, so this is my last message to everyone. If you know this, there's a songwriter named Jessie J, yeah? This is actually part of her song. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the star. Seeing is deceiving, dreaming is believing. And this is the good quote, I like it. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay not to be polished. But you learn from that. You have to have the guts, you have to get the courage and the bravery. You know, when you are confident in your life, when you courage in your life, I'm very sure nature and God will help. Thank you.